Good Saturday morning, everybody. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and it is once again time for what every cruiser wants. But today, I need to start off with a public service announcement. That's right, I have a PSA. Because there are a few cruisers out there that honestly need to hear this. Are you ready? So our public service announcement for today: nothing accidentally goes in your butt. Let me say that again. Nothing accidentally goes in your butt. And this includes your own head. And I give this public service announcement because I believe for today's two comments, that's right, today we are only doing two. Why are we only doing two? Because I think that just these two comments clearly demonstrate why that PSA is needed. Because they are just absolutely filled to the brim with entitlement and a whole bunch of me. And for the second comment I'm going to give, it is honestly hard to believe that there are people that are truly like this out there on cruise ships with us. So let's get into today's comments. Let's get the entitlement flowing. Now, first up, we have a cruise topic that we've seen before. And as adults, we are aware that things happen all around the world. There's always some type of natural disaster going on. It could be flooding, it could be fire, it could be snow, hail, it could be any number of things. But the one thing that the majority of these have in common is they are not cruise related. And yes, these events are terrible for the people that they are happening to. They can be life changing, life altering, but they still do not affect cruising. And knowing this information, people will still write in comments to cruise lines saying, "Why have you not acknowledged me? You acknowledge this situation, but you have not acknowledged mine. And so my solution is to write in this." I never thought I would be one of those people who say this, but after reading yet another message from you with thoughts and prayers for the Caribbean and Hurricane Raphael, you give me no choice. Me, my two sisters, and my cruising buddy are all Carnival Platinum level. We have had to cancel our cruise on Sunday on Panorama. I guess we do not have the thoughts and prayers of the brand ambassador. Thousands of Ventura County and homeowners like us from Moore Park have been told to evacuate because of 20 miles of dangerous wildfires. We may not have homes to return to. If you want to see what Mars looks like, just come and look at the sky here. So Carnival Cruise Line's brand ambassador, John Heald, gave thoughts and prayers to the Caribbean, where cruise ships sail, to those affected by Hurricane Raphael, which has caused itinerary changes and will affect cruise ports. Thoughts and prayers, things that affect cruising. He is the brand ambassador for Carnival Cruise Lines. But she read too many messages, and now she must write in a comment saying, "Where are my thoughts and prayers? We have fires." And she sent this to a man who does not live in the United States. I live in the United States. This was news to me too. My news stations have not mentioned a single word that I have heard about fires in California. Yet a man living across the ocean is supposed to know it. Doesn't matter that it has absolutely nothing to do with cruising. That's irrelevant. Why? Because they are platinum cruisers. So I will say this much. Yes, sympathy and prayers to those that are being affected by fires out in California. Absolutely. They're human beings. They're people. Their homes and their lives can be destroyed. But for the person that wrote this comment right here, take your head and remove it from the place it is not supposed to be. Quit expecting a company that specializes in cruising, talks about cruising, to know every single little bitty event that happens in the world and offer you prayers and sympathies when they don't even know it's going on. Put a cork in your entitlement and stop believing that the world revolves around you. And one final thought, their homes are in danger. They may not have homes. They have to evacuate. Yet with all of this going on, they still manage to find the time to chastise Carnival Cruise Line's brand ambassador for not mentioning them and to let the world know that they are platinum. And for our last comment today, I'm sitting here trying to think of how to word this, how to say this and still honestly keep it a family friendly show, because there are some people out there that come across so twisted. They truly come across as evil, that their entitlement is so strong, their self-centeredness is so strong, and then they are willing to actually put it out there in the world for everybody else to enjoy. And I can think of lots of words that would be quite appropriate for this particular person, but we're family friendly, so we're going to avoid those words. But I also truly believe that this person right here did not follow today's public service announcement, because their head is fully 100% shoved up into the one place it is not supposed to be. Now, we got to set the scene for this comment. We got to do a little storytelling. So we'll kind of imagine this in our heads. You are on the Carnival Celebration. You've been out enjoying your cruise, having a great cruise vacation, and the ship is headed back to its home port of Miami, Florida. Now, you are scheduled to disembark this cruise ship the next morning. But before that happens, the evening before, there is a medical emergency on board the ship. They happen. And while we don't know the specifics of the medical emergency, we do know it required blood donations. And when these medical emergencies, they occur, you have the ship's medical personnel, you have the ship's officers. I'm sure they reach out to the powers that be on the mainland, and they decide, they come up with what is the absolute best course of action to get this individual medical treatment. And just some factors that go into this calculation are weather conditions outside. Is a medevac possible? Where is the ship at, globally? What is there a cruise port close enough we can get to? Of course, the condition of the patient. What can they handle? Can they handle getting medevaced off? Can they last a couple of extra hours while we hurry up and dock in a cruise port? There are many factors that go into it, factors that we are not privy to for that particular decision. But these are experienced people, so you got to trust that they are doing what is best for the cruise passenger that needs medical attention. That is the number one priority. As experienced cruisers, I'm sure we've all had some type of medical situation occur at least once on a cruise ship we've been on. As human beings, we should be like, we've got to get this person to medical attention. This is a human life. They must be taken care of. That is the human, the decent, the moral thing to do and say. But not everybody out there is decent. Not everybody out there cares about anybody else. There are people out there that are truly evil, that are just truly twisted human beings, and this person right here, in my opinion, is one of them. I am writing this representing every guest who was denied a last night of what we had paid for. I was on Celebration last week. The ship arrived back to Miami early. Most places closed. It was horrible. Allegedly, someone was sick. Monday, someone was medevaced from the ship, and they should have done the same for this person, but no. It's like Carnival said, screw them. They'll be all right. Well, I'm not all right. It was like being on the ship during a port day, but you can't get off. What was wrong with this person anyway? Why is there no compensation? This was not even a 7-day cruise as promised by Carnival. I am a very angry platinum passenger. All I can say is, wow. Does anybody else get some evil villain vibes from this particular comment? Now, the Carnival Celebration did get back to Miami early. It was supposed to be there the following morning. It got there in the evening instead. It was determined that the best course of action for this passenger was for them to book it to Miami, which was the closest port, arrive there early, get that passenger off, get them to medical attention. Now, because the ship did come back into U.S. waters early, The casino had to close. The shops had to close. Only those two things had to close because they were back in U.S. waters. And while the ship was docked at Miami early, nobody was forced off. Normal disembarkation occurred the next day. But this was all done to save a person's life. But they're going to write this comment saying they are writing representing every guest. And do you think that every guest on board that cruise ship was pissed off because they had to do emergency medical evacuation? I find that one very hard to believe because the majority of people, well, they're human beings. Then she goes on to act like it's made up. Allegedly, a person was sick. Yeah, they just purely made that up. And she goes on to say that she's not all right. And what was even wrong with this person anyway? Because they have inconvenienced me so. And you gotta love it. The cruise ship docked a little bit early to save a human being's life that was allegedly sick. So where is my compensation? They want money for the cruise line saving somebody's life. They did not skip a cruise port. They didn't divert. They didn't go anywhere else. They simply arrived and docked a little bit early and spent the night in Miami. But where's my money? And they are a very angry platinum cruiser. And when I read something like this, it makes me nostalgic from the sailing days of old, where we could have made this particular person walk the plank. Because who wants somebody who feels this way about human lives sailing with them on a cruise ship? Who wants the kind of person that takes the time out of their day to write in a hate-filled, vile comment, says, me, I'm platinum, where's my money? Basically, do not care that this person had a medical emergency because it affected me and I am upset and I am not okay. So not only does this person need to remove their head from their backside following today's public service announcement, honestly, I hope they never ever cruise again. This is not the type of person I ever want to be with on board a cruise ship. But let me throw it out there to you guys. What do you guys think? Would you even feel this way had you been on this cruise ship? Would you feel this way if the ship had to do this to save another person's life? Do you feel sympathy and understanding with this particular comment? Let me know. I'm curious. Maybe I stand alone on this particular thought process, but damn, I think this person's an evil human being. And that's going to be our video this week for what every cruiser wants. Let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think? Are these people right? Are these people wrong? Should people be acknowledged for every little thing that happens to them in this entire planet, even though it may have absolutely nothing to do with cruising? And do you think medical evacuations, well, you know what? They're an inconvenience. They are a problem. They deserve compensation because, come on, it's only just another human's life and it is affecting my cruise. Are these people right? Do you agree with them? Let me know in the comments below. I'm curious to know where everybody falls. Now, if you've enjoyed today's video, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit subscribe. It is free to do so. Helps our channel grow. Let you know anytime we put out a new video. You don't want to miss our very special public service announcements when we let you know that things do not accidentally go in your butt. That is very important information for people to know. I hope everyone out there is having a really great day, a really great weekend, and like always, we will see you out on the high seas.